My name is Sheena. If this is your first class, basically with the Power Flow classes, we go a little bit faster. We also kind of play around with more inversions from time to time. And yeah, I mean, if this is your first class, or not, I can offer some modifications as we go along. But yeah, today I feel really awesome. I think that we can maybe shoot for a couple different inversions today. Maybe we'll play around with headstand, maybe handstand, uh, play around with some balancing poses, and yeah, like just really knock it out today. Um, so yeah, as always, I like to start the class first. So just becoming aware of ourselves, mentally, emotionally, physically, just becoming aware of our breathing. If at any time throughout the class today you can't hear me or instructions are unclear, go ahead and unmute your side. Let me know. I'll repeat or yeah, fix whatever I need to. So we'll first get started by just closing our eyes and just coming into a comfortable seated position, however you want to do that. Sometimes I sit on my block. Right now I'm on my shins. We can even do like a pretzel or a lotus pose. So once you get into your seated position, go ahead and close your eyes, relax the body, relax the arms. The hands can be placed on your knees or maybe on your thighs. Lips are relaxed. Tongue, if it's at the roof of your mouth, go ahead and release it. And just go ahead and take a quick scan of your body, starting from the crown of the head and work your way all the way down to the tops of your toes. Once you get to the tops of your toes, go ahead and reverse that awareness and bring it all the way back up to the crown. Really just focusing on maybe some parts of the body that may be a little tense. Maybe it's just something, you just don't know. You feel something, you just don't know what it is. Maybe it's some trapped energy. Maybe you feel pretty good, flexible in some areas. Once you get back to the crown of your head, take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. When you inhale, go ahead and imagine that air coming into the lungs, filling it all the way up, all the way down to the belly. See if you can get that air to come all the way there. And then also when you exhale, taking that breath all the way from the belly, getting it all out with a deep cleansing breath. On your next inhale. This time when you exhale, we're going to exhale through the nose. Again, nice big exhalation, nice and deep cleansing breath. And just kind of remember this rhythmic breathing, whether it's exhaling out the mouth or through the nose. Whenever you practice, that's going to be what grounds you, what soothes you. If you're standing in a pose or a difficult asana, like that breathing will helps you get through it. It really has a deep connection with the nervous system. It helps you to make a decision to be more, I want to say like aware or more accepting of yourself at that moment. So definitely practice the breathing as we go today. Just to kind of get the energy started, I like to start the class in a headstand. So we did this a few classes ago, so we'll try again today. So what we'll do is we'll come onto all fours, and then just kind of coming down on your forearms, interlacing the fingers together. We're going to bring the head down to the mat, but kind of nestle your head in your hand, like that little cradle that you created with your fingers. And then with your elbows, try not to have them far, like spayed out. Kind of bring them closer to your ears, like, creating just a nice little socket for your head. So then when you're ready, take a deep inhale, coming onto the curling your toes under on the mat. Just push the knees and the hips all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe come up on your tiptoes. And then slowly kind of walk your feet to your face as close as you can walk. Big toes to touch. We're going to lift that right leg all the way up, but with control. Exhale, bring the right foot down. Inhale, lift that left leg all the way up. Exhale, bring the left foot down. And then one more time, right leg goes all the way up. And down. Left leg up. Exhale, bring that left leg down. Now this is when you're going to mount into your headstand. So lift that right leg back up. Now you can do this a couple ways. And then go ahead and kind of push off of those left toes, sending the hips back, still connecting that left thigh to the chest, and then kind of floating yourself up to that headstand. Now, there's another way to do this. So I'm going to come back down. And you can go ahead and, as the feet is closer to your face, you can bend your knees into your chest, send the hips back, and kind of just, again, float into that headstand, and keeping the knees bent into the chest. Or if you want to extend the legs straight, you can do that too. If you're not in headstand, that's fine too. You can meet us in child's pose. So we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly come down, sending the hips back, kind of opening up the chest at the same time, and then slowly lowering the legs all the way down. It helps to point the feet too. So once you're back down, we're going to all meet in child's pose. So big toes to touch, the knees are going to come hip width distance, the width of the mat. So spreading the knees that far, more of an extended child's pose here. If you don't want to do that, you can keep the knees together. And then we're going to fold forward. Take a moment here just to observe your breath. Maybe you can feel your heart beating a little bit faster from being upside down. Stretching out the arms, palms are flat to the mat. Inhale, and when you exhale, we're going to walk the hands out to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, walk your hands out to the left. And if you want to deepen this stretch, take your right hand and grab a hold of that left wrist. Keep the right hip shooting back toward that right heel. So you'll feel a really deep stretch in like your side and lower back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, walk your hands out to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, walk the hands out to the left. Inhale, back to center. And here we're going to roll forward. So we're going to actually come up onto our knees, and then extending those arms straight, we're going to bring our chest and chin down to the mat. So once you're here, you can curl your toes under, and then pushing through your toes, lifting up your hips, straightening the legs. Exhale, release. Bring the knees back down to the mat. Bring your hands back to your shoulders, and then shoot yourself back to child's pose. We're going to do that 2 more times. So go ahead and kind of glide forward. Adjust yourself as you need to, chest and chin to the mat, curling the toes under. You can stay here if you need to, or go ahead and push your hips up off of the mat. And exhale, release, and come back to child's pose. And one more time, rolling forward. Readjust. And if you want to extend this, go ahead, lift the knees and the hips off the floor. Exhale, bring the knees back down. Palms come back to the shoulders, and send yourself back to child's pose. Once you're here, inhale, come all the way back to tabletop. So we're on our hands and our knees. And here we'll do a couple cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, we're going to push through our hands, sending the upper back all the way to the ceiling. Belly button comes in. Exhale, dropping the belly, lifting the hips. Last to come up is the head for cat. Cow. Inhale to cat. Exhale to cow. And we'll do this at your own pace. Again, you can always do some organic movement here by maybe pushing the hips back to the heels in circles. Reversing the circle if you need to. And then also maybe taking the time to stretch out the wrist. So doing that, you can go ahead and rotate the fingers to the outer edges of the mat. And then continue to rotate toward the body. And then for me, I like to sit down. So I bring the knees a little bit closer to the hands. And then I bring my tailbone down to the heels, stretching the wrist out a little bit more. And then also, it helps to also stretch out like the back of our hands. So flipping that back, the backs of your hand to the mat and stretching that way too. So we'll meet back in that tabletop position. We're going to curl our toes under and then push our hips all the way back up to our first downward dog. So here, go ahead and walk your dog. Bending right knee, left knee. And then we're going to roll forward to a high plank. So once you're in this high plank, just go ahead and take an analysis of your alignment, making sure your shoulder is over your wrist. Tailbone is tucked down. We don't want the butt in the air. We want it to be down and tucked under. And then what we're going to do is you're kind of going to roll onto the side, onto the right side, like a side plank. And then we're going to bend the knees and bring our tailbone down to our feet. Inhale, come back to that side plank. And then inhale, come back to center, to the middle plank. Exhale, rotate to the left side of the body. Bend the knees, bringing the tailbone all the way down to the feet. Inhale, come back up, back to center, and come back to the right side. Bend the knees all the way down to the feet. Inhale, come back up, meet in the center, and then rotate to the left. Send the tailbone all the way down to the feet. Inhale, come back up, meet back in the center, push ourselves back to downward dog. Inhale, bend both knees, look at your thumbs, hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. So here, if your hamstrings are still a little tight, maybe like mine, they feel a little tight, we're gonna go ahead and bend at the knees and bring the chest to the thigh. So exhale, fold. Crown of the head should be pointing toward the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach up over the head, fingertips reach toward the ceiling, and stretch. This is a good time to ground yourself, making sure all four corners of the feet are touching the mat. Inhale, reach all the way up, open up the chest, keeping the abs really tight. We're gonna open this up and lean back bend. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold, chest to thigh. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms come down to the mat. Right foot goes back, left foot goes back. We're in a high plank. And then we're gonna do chaturanga. So we're gonna roll forward, bending the elbows, squeezing into the ribs. Inhale, back to up dog. Thighs off of the mat, tops of the feet flat to the mat. And then we're gonna meet back in, oh my God, downward dog. So let's hold this for a moment. Inhale, bend the knees, look at your thumbs. Hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching through the ceiling. Inhale, and back bend. Exhale. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now, once we're here in this halfway lift, let's go ahead and bend that left knee, bringing our left palm flat to the mat. We're gonna send that right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Keeping the right leg straight. Exhale, let's go ahead and straighten the legs, bringing the right palm down to the mat, bending the right knee, and bringing the left arm all the way up. Exhale, bring that left palm back down to the mat, straighten out the legs, bend the left knee again, keeping the left palm on the mat. We're gonna lift the right arm all the way up. You can also do a bind here by bringing that right hand into the hip crease on the left side. Exhale, go ahead and bring that right arm down, straighten the legs, bend the knee, lift the left arm all the way up. Again, you can also do the bind here as well. Exhale, release the left hand back to the mat. Go ahead and fold. Inhale, palms come down to the mat and chaturanga. Soon as we get back to downward dog, we're gonna go ahead and bend those knees, look at the thumbs, hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching so very high, and then go ahead into your back bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, palms come down to the mat and chaturanga. All right, as soon as we come back to downward dog, let's go ahead and bring the big toes together. Go ahead and lift the right leg all the way up. Bending that right knee, go ahead and make circles. And then rotate that circle. Once you're done, go ahead and shoot that right foot all the way over to the left side of your body. See if you can see the right foot underneath the left armpit. And then if it's in your practice, go ahead and flip this over to wild thing. Exhale, go ahead and bring that right hand down to the mat and then send that right leg all the way back out. Go ahead and bring the right foot back down to meet the left. And then we're going to bend both knees, look at the thumbs, hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, and we're going to come to chair pose. So here you can do the big toes to touch or just leave the feet straight, all in one direction. So we're going to bend the knees and sit as low as we can, keeping the arms straight. Gaze is going just directly in front of you. If you want to extend this, you can roll onto the toes, bending the knees, bringing them a little bit higher, and sitting a little bit lower. Exhale, let's go ahead and fold, chest to thigh. Inhale, palms come to the mat, and chaturanga. All right, once we're in downward dog, let's go ahead and lift that right leg all the way back up again. Rolling forward, let's go ahead and bring the right foot between the right hands, and we're going to come up to crescent lunge. So as you're in crescent lunge, let's go ahead and adjust our bodies. Make sure that right knee is over the right ankle. The left leg is straight, and the left heel is pointing toward the ceiling. Arms are extended all the way up to the ceiling. And try to continue to keep those hips squared toward the front of the mat. So the feeling here with your legs should be as if the thighs are, in essence, kind of coming together, but they're, on separate directions. So you're kind of squeezing them together. So inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, do a slight back bend here. Inhale, back to center. And then what we're going to do here is gently and gracefully push ourselves up off of that left foot to a warrior three. So this is a balance pose here. We're going to flex the left feet down toward the mat, square the hips. The arms can stay all the way out, or you can bring them to prayer, or you can send the arms back to airplane. Exhale. Let's go ahead and bring the right palm down to the mat. And then we're going to open up the hips to the left. Extend the left hand all the way up to the ceiling. So in half moon. Now you can take it or leave it here. We can do a reverse moon. So you'll bring the left hand down to the mat. Go ahead and square the hips down to the mat. Keep that left leg lifted. And then you're going to lift the right arm all the way up. Right fingertips go up toward the ceiling. Exhale. Go ahead and bring that right hand back down toward the mat. And then we're going to gracefully bring that left leg all the way back so that we meet back in crescent lunge. So after that, let's go ahead and open this up to warrior two. So we're going to bring that left foot, the toes to point toward the left side of the mat. And then we're going to bring the arms straight. Right knee is again pointing toward that right pinky toe just over the ankle. And just kind of adjust yourself to get into the pose. Inhale, flip the right palm all the way up and bring the arm all the way up and over. Side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, let's go ahead and bring the right fingertips down toward the mat. Left fingertips go all the way up toward the ceiling. Inhale, come back to warrior two. And windmill the hands down to the mat. Send the right leg back. Rolling forward to chaturanga. As soon as we come back to downward dog, lift that right leg all the way back up. And then we're going to walk our hands to our left foot. So standing split. So here you can keep both hands down if you need to, or bring the left hand to the left ankle, drawing the chest into the thigh. Crown of the head pointing toward the floor. And really that right leg is very active. Exhale, release. And here you can do a couple kick-ups to handstand if you'd like. Just make sure you keep the arms straight. And just using that right leg, pushing off of the left toes, leaning forward. And these are simply kick-ups. If you don't get into handstand, that's fine. Once you've done a few kick-ups, let's go ahead and come walk our hands back out to downward dog or three-legged downward dog, and then bring our right foot down to meet the left. So once we're here, let's go ahead and lift the left leg all the way up. Bending that left knee, go ahead and make some circles here. And reverse your circle. And whenever you're ready, and if it's in your practice, let's go ahead and flip this over to wild thing. So the left foot comes down to the floor, left arm go all the way up and back. Exhale, bring that left palm back down to the mat. Send the left leg all the way back up. Rolling forward, bring that left foot between your hands. Come up to crescent lunge. So once you're here, inhale, reach up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, back to center. And then we're going to lean forward and slowly push ourselves up to warrior three. Again, you have options with your hands. You can do prayer, airplane. Make sure the hips are squared. The right toes are flexing down toward the mat. Go ahead and bring your left hand down to the mat. And you can use a block too. I don't know why I pushed it out the way. You can use a block if you need it. And then bring the right arm all the way up. Fingertips reaching toward the ceiling. And then do a reverse half moon, bringing the right hand down. Squaring the hips, and then the left arm and fingertips go up toward the ceiling. Exhale, let's go ahead and bring both hands back down to the mat. And then gracefully come back down to your crescent lunge. Let's go ahead and open this up to warrior two so that your right foot now becomes flat to the mat, facing the right side of the mat. Arms straight. The gaze should be just over that left middle finger. Let's go ahead and flip the left palm up and then reach the arm all the way up and over. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, left fingertips come down toward the mat, right fingertips go up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back all the way up to warrior two. And then windmill the hands down to the mat. Chaturanga. So we'll do that one more time on each side. Once you're in downward dog, let's lift the right leg up, bending the right knee, making circles. Reverse. And whenever you're ready, flip this over. You can flip this over to wild thing, or if you want to go ahead and take it all the way to the wheel, go for it. Exhale, let's go ahead and come out. Bringing the right hand back down to the mat, sending that right leg all the way back up. Rolling forward, bringing the right foot in between the hands, coming up to crescent lunge. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, back to center. And then we're going to gracefully come up to warrior three. Exhale, go ahead and bring the right palm down to the mat or block. And then open the body up to the left side. Keeping that left leg lifted. Exhale, take it or leave it, squaring the hips toward the mat. Left hand comes down, and then right arm comes all the way up. So we'll reverse half moon. Exhale, bring that right palm back down to the mat, and then gently come back to your crescent lunge. And then we're going to open this up to warrior two. Adjust the feet. Go deep with your knee bend. Put the right palm up, and then the arm comes all the way up and over. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. And to extend your side angle, you can bring the left arm parallel to your left ear. You should feel a really nice stretch along the left side of the body. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Windmill the hands down to the mat. And chaturanga. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg all the way up. Well, we didn't do this on the left side, so we have to do it next time. Let's go ahead and walk the hands all the way back to the left ankle. Standing split. Here, if you want to do a couple kick-ups, go for it. If you end up holding your handstand, just hold on to it for as long as you can. Arms super straight if you can. Most of your weight should be going onto your fingertips. Once you come out of kicking up, walk the hands back out to a three-legged dog. Then bring the right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, lift the left leg all the way up. Bend the left knee and make circles. Go ahead and reverse your circle. And whenever you're ready, you can take this to wild thing, or maybe you go all the way into wheel. Whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and come out of this, bringing the left palm back down to the mat, extending the left leg all the way up. Rolling forward, bring the left foot all the way in between your hands, come up to crescent lunge. Inhale, reach all the way up and back down. Inhale, back to center, and then exhale, lean forward to your warrior three. Make sure you keep the hips squared down towards the mat, flexing that right foot. And then whenever you're ready, let's bring the left hand down to the mat, opening up the body to the right side. And you can take it or leave it, either you stay here or you go ahead and bring the right hand down to the mat, squaring the hips. And then bringing the left arm all the way up, fingertips to the ceiling. You can come up on your fingertips too. Sometimes that helps. Exhale, go ahead and bring the left hand back down to the mat, and then gently come back to your crescent lunge. Open this up to warrior two. Adjust the feet. Do a generous bend in that left knee. Inhale, flip that left palm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, left fingertips go to the mat, right fingertips go to the ceiling. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. And windmill the hands down to the mat. Chaturanga. Once you're back in a downward dog, let's lift that left leg all the way up. And then walk the hands back to the right ankle. Standing split. Now here you can do kick-ups again. Keeping the arms really straight. Rolling onto those right toes and kicking up. Try one more time. And then whenever you're ready, walk the hands out to a three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left foot to meet the right. Roll all the way forward to a high plank. And then go ahead and lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Let's go ahead and stretch out our shoulders here. Extend the left arm all the way out. And then with your right palm, go ahead and push into the floor, rolling onto the right side of your body. Your right foot can come flat to the mat. Left ear should be on the mat. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. And then we're going to stretch out that right shoulder. So extend the right arm all the way out. Using your left palm, go ahead and push yourself over to the right side of your body. Inhale, come back to center. And go ahead and just reach all the way forward. Go ahead and bring your forehead down to the mat. Here we're just going to strengthen our back a little bit. So we're going to kind of lift just the upper parts of our body from our waist up. Keeping the lower parts of our body is kind of glued to the mat, so we're not going to move those at all. So on your next inhale, you're going to lift everything, your chest, your head, shoulders, arms, hands. And then when we exhale, we'll come back down to the mat. So inhale, go ahead and lift just the upper part of the body. Exhale, come back down to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. The next time we go up, we're going to hold for a little bit longer. So whenever you're ready, on your next inhale, go ahead and lift. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, but with the lower part of our body. So we're going to keep the upper part flat to the mat as much as we can, and just lift our thighs, calves, feet, all that good stuff off the mat. So whenever you're ready, inhale and lift. Exhale, bringing everything back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring everything back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring everything back down. And this time when we lift, we'll hold for a little bit longer. So whenever you're ready, inhale and lift. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Now we're going to do everything together. So on your next inhale, we'll lift everything. So whenever you're ready, inhale and lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And the next time we'll hold for a little bit longer. Inhale, lift. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Take a few minutes to gather your breath. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to meet on our backs. Just to do a little bit of some neutralizing steps here since we just got done working on our backs. So once you're laying on your back, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. And give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. Here, when you're done, go ahead and bring the feet parallel to the ceiling. And then grabbing the outer edges of your feet, try to pull your knees into your armpits. So happy baby here. And then also try to keep the lower part of your back glued to the mat. So you don't want to bring it too far up. Just try to keep the back as flat as possible as you're pulling those knees into your armpits. And here you can rock left to right, kind of massaging the spine. If you want to extend this with open legs, you can do that as well. And then whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and bring the legs back together, bending the knees, bringing our arms out into a letter T. We're going to drop the knees over to the right side of our body. Try to keep your shoulders glued to the mat. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And do that one more time, dropping the knees over to the right. Taking your gaze to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And drop the knees over to the left. And taking the gaze over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And here you can take it or leave it. Maybe you go into plow pose, so you can bring your palms and arm down to the mat and just extend the legs out, up and over your head. Keeping the legs straight. You can also support the lower back with your hands and tucking your chin. Wherever you are right now, if you're in plow, let's go ahead and gently come out of that. And then we're just going to roll ourselves up to a comfortable seated position. Oh, I don't know what's going on with my hair today. All right. So let's go ahead and come back to how we originally started the class. So just coming in a comfortable seated position. Go ahead, relax your face, your eyes, your mouth. Taking a quick scan of the body, observing the energy that's flowing throughout. Take a deep inhale. Go ahead and extend the arms all the way up and over your head, palms to touch. And then let's go ahead and bring those prayer hands to our third eye, in between our eyebrows. Thank you so much again for showing up today on your mat, showing up for you. I encourage you this week to walk in your authenticity, making sure that you're being gentle and kind and loving to yourself so that that light can reflect to those around you. And we need that more now than ever. Let's go ahead and bring our palms to our heart center. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining the class today. Always, reminder, take at least 10 minutes to go into Shavasana, corpse pose. Very important to do after your practice. I don't usually do it here just because of the time. But also too, we have other classes live. Definitely check out our Instagram page, our website. All of our classes at the moment are donation based. And if you have any questions or want to work on something, you can also follow me on Instagram and send me a message. Naturally Namaste 365. Thank you again and have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.